What's up, babes, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I am TracyJvmes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Boys Chat. We're joined by the official cast. We have I am Dennis Walker and Die Randoms. And in today's video, we're just going to be talking about a few topics that I kind of picked that I felt like were interesting enough to speak about. As you guys know, on my channel with Boys Chat, I try to center all things around gay dating, gay experience, gay culture. So these questions are going to be based off of that. And we're kind of throwing in some heterosexual questions. So to all of my straights, if you have an opinion on what we're talking about, feel free to chime in the comments. So let's get it started. So the first question I have is, what are your views on the no fats, no films agenda? Do you only prefer a masculine, fit man? And if so, why?
Well, okay, I think it all boils down to a preference. We can't be mad at someone's preference. However, you don't have to be disrespectful about it, because I think where the issue comes in at, if people make it blatantly disrespectful when they say certain things about what they don't want. So I think it's okay to have your preference, but don't be disrespectful about it. Like, still respect people's feelings. You know, we are all human, so it's okay to have your preference, but be nice about it.
Okay.
For me, I like Dennis said, like, I feel like there's nothing wrong with people having their preference. We all should have preferences. Well, not all should have preferences, but for those who do have preferences, there's nothing wrong with it. I prefer to see what your preferences are, because I'm a pretty confident guy. If your preference doesn't meet me, I'm moving on to the next thing. I'd rather know. Like, I want to know what your preference is, because some people like just light-skinned people. If you like light-skinned people, I'm skirting on to the next person. Like, I don't even want to entertain you at all, because your eyes will be wondering.
Yeah.
And while I'm a confident person, baby, I don't need you wondering eyes, looking at somebody and wishing you had something else. Like, I like people that like short, dark skin, petite to thick dudes, because that's what I am. And I'm, I don't have no problems in my department. So
I know that's right.
That's real, though.
Well, I've never said no fats. I've definitely said no films. Honey, I'm a queen, so why would I want to be why would I want to be with another queen? So I've definitely said no films. I've never said no fats, because I actually am attracted to bigger guys. I just feel like, to me, I guess you would say, not a fetish, but I feel more safe with a bigger guy. Like, I just like something to hold on to. I feel like he's so manly and just a big, huge teddy bear. Like, I love that. So that's my preference. I don't necessarily have to have a fit guy. I mean, if you are fit, great, but if you're not, it's not like a bad thing for me. But I definitely do prefer a masculine man. And preference is your preference. You like what you like what you don't like. And it does boil down to a respect thing, though. If you see something that you don't like, you don't have to tear it down to kind of get them to go away. Just respectfully say, no thank you, not really my type, and move on. So no fats, no films. That's something that is very popular on the dating apps. I'm sure if you're on the dating apps, you see a lot of bios say no fats, no films. And rightfully so. I mean, it just makes you seem like if you fat or you're feminine, just don't hit me up. Yeah.
If you fat and film, there's nothing wrong with that. That person's just not for you, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
Move on to the next person.
True.
Simple.
But I love my big guys. So.
Me too.
Hey guys.
Me too. I actually prefer them to be bigger than me.
Yeah.
So I feel small.
And all my femme queens, hey sisters. Okay, so the next question I have is, have you ever dealt with a down low man? If so, did you ever have thoughts of outing him? Do you feel it's more harmful than helpful to expose a down low man or a closeted man?
Okay, so for me, the answer is no. I've never been with someone that was down low. Well, I take that back. Well, in my adult years, no, I haven't. I'm thinking about high school, because those people growing up in heterosexual relationships with kids, married, all that stuff. But I'm thinking, like, for me, like, I kind of want to experience it, honestly. I think it's a thrill, especially me being in my single era and I'm not wanting to be in a relationship. I wouldn't mind experiencing it. I know that we are on this, like, it's so immature to be chasing DL men. I don't chase them. I never have. And that's not what I would be doing. But if it comes across my line, I'm not about to hang up on them. I feel like I haven't experienced that, so I'm kind of curious. What was the question?
If you have dealt with a down low man, have you ever thought about outing him?
Oh, that's something I wouldn't do though.
Yeah,
no. Karma.
Yes, crazy
Absolutely
work.
not.
What about for you?
I've dealt with one before.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most recent would have been maybe a year or two ago. I was on like Tinder or something. They had a blank profile, and me, I get curious. You got a blank profile? That mean you T.
Really? Try ignore them.
But you know how Tinder set up, so like you can't show pictures. If you don't have a picture posted, you have to get each other's numbers or Snapchats or whatever it's supposed to with the pictures. So we got to that point, and
So maybe I need to entertain the blank profiles.
that's what the T at. So we exchanged pictures or whatever, just face, nothing crazy. And he explained that he was like DL, and I was like, okay. I went with it, and the thrill is so T. The thrill is T.
So was he really DL?
He was. He had a-
What about him that made him DL? That you could tell?
when he came over, the girl called, and he had to leave. I heard her on the phone. He said, "Bro, I gotta go." I said, "Okay." To me, at that time, it was so thrilling and fun. But would I ever?
How old were you? Sorry. How old were you?
I was like 28.
28?
I'm 30 now. I was like 28.
Okay, so you just
Like
said
a
a couple years
year or
ago.
two ago. So it was fun. The thrill was good. But would I ever out a DL man? No. It was more so for fun for me. I would never like seriously date a DL man. But if you're just looking for a good time or just a good thrill, I think why not?
What if he stole your credit card and ran it up?
Oh, it never gave that. Because before
Not him.
not him.
What if a DL person did that?
But I don't do that often.
Consider outing him because of that?
No.
Yeah.
Because that was me. I allowed you to come to my space, so I knew the risk that, you know what I'm saying? And it's, no, absolutely not. I would deal with that with myself. That's not I'm gonna out you because you did this type of thing.
Would you press charges?
Hell yeah. You're going to jail, and I'm gonna call your bitch and let her know.
That's outing him!
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is!
You stole my
If you
bitch.
call his girl and tell her,
She gonna know why he in jail.
no, he gonna come up with something. He gonna come up with a story.
To be honest though, I don't know. No short answer.
Okay.
But when you throw in details like
When I throw that, I'm kind of reconsidering too because
it's different.
I don't know what I would do.
If he stole something, it's different. But if we just met and and I caught feelings, I'm not gonna out you because I like you and you were the bitch. I knew what it was for you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But if you stole my card and shit like that, now we on level 10. We went from 2 to 10.
What if he in a gang? He threatened you.
First of all, he went.
I got all these scenarios, child.
Like, let me call home, get some home.
But short answer, no, I will not out
Yeah.
a DL man. The thrill is nice, but it's not something that I just do. It was random, y'all. It was so random. It was so hot.
I mean, I think I have a fantasy of being with a down low man, but I've never been with a down low man. I was in a relationship with someone that was discreet.
Okay.
I wouldn't say he was down low. We were definitely in a full-on relationship, but it wasn't public. So like people, if you knew, you knew. So those are the type of guys that I would deal with. I would definitely deal with a discreet guy, but down low in my mind, that to me it sounds like a man that deals with both man and woman, and you only deal with a man behind closed doors. So those type of guys kind of scare me. It's like almost like a double life. I feel like those guys are easier to spaz out and do things out of anger to gay men, especially when feelings get involved and things get invested, because I'm the type of person, if we messing around and it's consistent, I'm going to want to call you, I'm going to want to talk to you. So if I call you at the wrong time, you get pissed at me, you come over here and try to do some stuff, I don't like to cross those lines. So like, if I see a fine man and he presents heterosexual to me, I be like, damn, he look good, and I look the other way. If he say something to me or approach me, then I'll entertain it, but I need to know that you're comfortable with your sexuality, and it's not a situation where you have a girl at home. Would I ever out a man? Absolutely not. I don't play them type of games.
It's so messy.
Yes.
That's too much.
Like when I see people do that online, it's
People die
like,
behind
ooh, you are a messy girl.
Yes, like people really get hurt behind exposing people because you never know where someone is at in their journey in life. You never know what baggage they carry for being gay, and that could tip them over the edge. And yeah, I don't believe in the whole exposing and outing and all of this whole down low and straight and I'm gonna tell. I ain't with none of that. So I ain't with it. Definitely would not out a down low man. Have I dealt with one? No. Will I deal with one? No. So my next question is, this is kind of like a little shift. So it says, how does your first time compare to your current or most recent sexual encounter? Is the sex better? Has your position changed? Or are you not having sex at all? I'll go first. So my first time was painful. fall. I had no idea what I was doing. And it was like really quick. So I definitely did not enjoy my first time. Obviously, with it being my first time, I thought I enjoyed it. But now, having sex is totally different. I know how to properly prepare. I know that I need to use lube. I know that I need to be with somebody that I actually like. Because if you're having sex with people and you don't really like them, like, they might like you more, and it's just like too much. So when it comes out to sex, and I'm more intentional about sex now than I was when it came out of my first time. It was like, oh my God, I love this boy. I'm ready to have sex with him. So sex now is better. The intimacy is worse now, though. I feel like my first time it was more intimate, but the sex is better now compared to my first time. So yeah, my first time was painful, and I talked about this in one of my videos about my first time. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But yeah, I gave more details. What about you guys?
My first time. So I think this is when I discovered that I probably was going to be a top.
Mm-hmm.
Because my first time, I think the guy. Honestly, I think he lives in Atlanta now. I think he lives in Atlanta. If you're watching, because I do share it on Snapchat, and he do follow me on Snapchat. But my first time, I was in high school. Actually, I was in high school. And I have a story. I'm gonna do it quick, okay? So I was in high school, and I was meeting guys on. Oh Lord, my family is watching this. Sorry, I lied. But I was meeting guys on, like, what are those things called? Like the phone calls thing. Like when you call hotlines, sex hotlines.
Not just about trainer.
Okay.
So this is my first time, like, finding a gay hotline. Because at first, I'm in high school. I used to act like I was a female on things and talk to straight men.
Not you was fishing.
Oh my God.
I'm done.
So I used to change my voice. Not much happened that I need to do, but I used to change my voice and act like I was a female.
Hi.
But anyways, so I used to change my voice and act like I was a female. Ooh, what was my name? I can't remember what my name was, but yeah, I used to act like a girl and talk to these guys, child. But anyways, they probably was butt ass ugly. Somebody I wouldn't even talk to today, but it is what it is. Just fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I had just discovered the gay ones, and I had met this guy. He didn't live far for that time. But anyways, so I ended up staying like maybe a week during the summer at his house. I don't know what I told my grandma to allow her to prove that. But they came, and him and his older cousin came and picked me up, and I went to Orangeburg, South Carolina with him. Stayed in his house with his mom and his sister. Mom didn't have no issue. I don't know if she just thought I was a friend or what, but like I never went out into the living room or the kitchen. I stayed in his room the whole time. Only went out to go to the bathroom, the shower, use the bathroom, and she cooked. Food was busting down.
What?
I ate good. But anyways, my experience with the guy, he was big.
Was it an age gap relationship?
No, he was my age.
Oh, okay.
We were the same age.
He had a big dick?
It was big.
Oh.
And when I tell you, every time he would try, it was just excruciating, hurting. It never went far at all. Like literally, hurt. I was like, nah, this ain't working. So I was topping in.
Damn.
So yeah, that was my first experience. It hurts like hell, and
Okay.
I never. So how did that relate to how it is now, child? Not much change. I can't deal with big ones.
So you're not a taker.
What does that mean?
Oh.
Like you can't take.
No, I'm not. I can't take it.
So are you a bottom? Are you a verse? Are you a top? Or you don't like sex at all?
I do like sex when I can take the dick.
Okay, so it has to be a certain size.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I say a certain size, the length of this cell phone probably the biggest for me to comfortably feel good.
Okay.
So what is this, like 6 inches?
That's not bad.
Boyfriend did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you like girth or skinny?
I don't like skinny.
Okay.
But I don't like it be too girthy either though.
Okay.
But I would prefer girth over length.
Okay. A little fat nub.
Because I dealt with somebody that was short and like it was not big.
Stabbing,
sharp.
right?
It felt sharp as hell. What does that come from?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that. I didn't understand how that worked. But
Damn.
yeah.
Okay. All right. First time. What about for you, Dennis?
His name was Chris, by the way. If you're watching.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, we trying names.
If I say my first
years and
time
years ago,
name,
child.
Just show look in the comments.
If I say my first time name, child,
It's very
a frenzy.
It's very
The name
unique.
is a one person
Right,
name.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I said his name because you never know.
And I don't know. I wouldn't even give him the credit to say he was my first time. Now he's a whole queen. Now I'm like,
Ooh.
back in the day, he was a football player.
What's his name?
I can't say his
Say
name.
his name.
I can't say his name. I won't even dignify that with a name.
Say his name, y'all. Tell Tracy to say his name.
Not saying his
Put
name.
it in the comments. Say his name. Say
If you
his
watch
name.
this far,
Say
and
his
you
name.
watching this portion
Say
of the
his
video,
name.
say his name in the comments and let people wonder what you're talking about.
But all I would say, back in high school,
If 5 people say his name in the comments, you gotta say reveal
I'm
his
not
name in the
saying
next
that.
video. If 5 people say it, what about 10?
Honey.
I'm not gonna give him. No, I'm not giving him that.
Okay.
Scary.
But he was very, very, very fine back in the day. Oh my god! I mean, he's still fine now, but he's just a queen. Back then, he was stern and he was a football player. He played football. He was always breaking shit. I would have to rub him down. It was just so I felt such like a little princess with him, like a little wife. But he was for everybody. He was for fucking everybody. Now that I think about it, he was fucking about 3 of us at the same time.
This was Alabama?
Yes, Alabama.
Y'all had that many gays?
So it was like I lived in Noticeaga and he lived in Auburn. So we went to different schools.
Okay.
So you got little implants all around in the different schools. But he had them all. Everybody that was gay, he had them. Back where we from.
Damn.
Come to find out.
So, I know it's off topic, but when I was in high school, there was these guys that would flirt with me. And I only recognize them as it as flirting now that I'm like out and gay. When I look back at those situations, like, damn, I could have had a DL motherfucker back in the day.
Yeah.
Like in high school, they was on me. They really was. I could name like probably a good 4 people that used to interact with me, and like I used to just be like so like I didn't know what they were. I felt like they were trying to out me. They was trying to set me up, but no. When I think back to those times, they was doing way too much. This was one guy who used to feel himself in class, and like try to entice me in class.
Yes. One guy actually put his on my back.
Oh.
Yeah, and come to find out he was getting his sucked by one of my classmates. I'm like, damn, bitch, why not
Similar
me?
story, child. Similar story, but my scary ass didn't want to let nobody out me.
But I was that gay person that wasn't trying to hide it in high school.
Yeah.
So you had to really be about that life if you wanted to get with me. And they were really about that life. They wanted to flirt. They wanted me to kind of like do something, but I wasn't doing it, child. Oh my god, I remember this one time. Oh my god, I still think about this boy not every day, but I think about him all the time. Oh my goodness,
every day is crazy.
Not every day, but like every now and then I think about him because we all talking real quick, but I feel like since we talking about it, this will be a good little story time. So it was this one boy who was my classmate. And he was a football player, so I had a thing for football players in high school. I used to go to football games just to look at them. So we all went to this hunted farm in, I forgot if it's in Phoenix City or somewhere in Alabama. And all of us went. And so we rode with him. So he took everybody else home first. He took me home.
Oh, that sounds like a similar story I
got. So he took everybody else home first, and he took me home last. And he was playing all of this like sex music.
I would have folded. I would have been on the seat like this.
Oh my god! So he was like playing all of this like romantic sex music the whole way to my house. Ooh. Then when we got to my house, it was like he was looking at me to do something, and I was like, okay, bye. He was like, yeah, bye. I was like, okay, text me, let me know you make it home. Ooh. And he texted me that I made it home. I felt like he wanted me so bad, but he just would not.
Oh, I have such a similar story. I swear.
And you know who you are if you ever see this. You know who you are. And if you want to spin a block, I will gladly do that with you.
That's T.
Yeah. Sorry, we just skipped over you about the question, child.
I'm enjoying that. Because y'all made me break up some stuff in my pants. I'm like, damn. That did happen.
Oh my gosh, I have stories. That's
what's
crazy.
The question again?
I'm gonna say that for a story time on my channel.
I got a story time.
I'm gonna make it real juicy too. I gotta change up some stuff though because I can't out nobody because they're living a heterosexual life. But I'm gonna have a story time on my channel about this story.
Stay tuned, you guys. You want the tea? Oh, basically, I was asking, how does your first time compare to your sexual encounters now?
Oh yeah.
And has your position changed? Like, were you a bottom back in the day more, a top back in the day more, and now you kind of doing both?
So back in the day when I first had sex with a guy, I was a bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like then I enjoyed it more then because I feel like I was innocent. It was new. I really liked them. That was the first everything for me. First kiss, first da. So I felt like I was more open-minded and accepting to letting him in me.
Gotcha. Oh.
Yes. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Letting him do his due. And I feel like I really to this. I'm not gonna say that man's name because he's from Atlanta. Oh. And we met when I was in the military, but we're gonna hold it.
He still live here?
Is he gay?
Say his name.
No.
I said my name.
I can't say that name.
This not your channel?
I cannot say that name.
It's a unique name?
Very.
Oh, okay. We're going.
But I'm saying I'm not out there,
yeah.
but yeah. But I was.
If y'all want the tea, just slide in my DM. I'll let you.
Look at him.
But then I enjoyed it more. Now I hate bottoming. Hate it.
Why?
Because I feel like the last person I really let have me that way, I was so in love with, and it ended, and it's just like I feel like I can never let nobody have that part of me again, unless I'm not really and truly in love like I was.
Okay.
So I prefer it back then versus now.
Okay. So you're a top now.
Verse top.
Verse top.
Well, I'm what they call a soft top child. That's what they say. That's what the niggas tell me. I'm a soft top.
I'm not that soft.
That might be some people.
Yeah.
But
I don't think you that soft. Okay. All right. I love that. You're gonna get a text, y'all. All right. So the next one is: do you believe that heterosexual men can ever truly be an ally of the community without being labeled gay or down low?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Sure. I'm trying to think if I have anybody that yeah, absolutely. I know people that, especially I've been in the military, so I feel like once you get in the military, you get to know people from all different walks of life. So it's not just a gay person that you're experiencing for the first time. Sometimes people have never been around a black person. So something as simple as that, people are accepting of it. So yeah, I definitely think heterosexual people or men can definitely be an ally without it being a situation where they feel like, or other people feel like they're gay.
Okay. What about you?
And I'm gonna piggyback off of Di. I feel like being in the military kind of boosts my confidence as being a gay male because I was 18, fresh out of Mississippi.
That's when I came out.
Haven't really been nowhere. So when I got there, they was like, because they go by your last name, it's like, Walker, you gay, huh? I was like, yeah. And I feel like they were more into it than I was. They were trying to hook me up with other guys on base. Like, they were very involved in my gay upbringing a little bit. Okay. They were very protective over me. They made me feel safe. Yeah. And I feel like I never once thought that they were gay because they showed me kindness or care about me. Okay. So I think it's definitely possible to have a heterosexual male as an ally without thinking that they're on my team.
Okay. So for me, I feel like it's a very fine line between the two of being an ally and being someone that is going to be labeled gay or down low because you are connected to a gay person. Do I feel like it's right? No. I just think because of the whole zesty men and you like to do this, that people are going to always try to correlate the two. Or if you hang around gay people, you must be gay. You must be somehow involved in that lifestyle because you hang around it. And it does make it difficult for people to just be friends. I do believe that heterosexual men can be an ally, but sometimes it confuses me.
Confuses you?
Yes, it confuses me when a straight guy wants to be friends with me. It's like, what do we have in common? Like, I'm not opposed to it, don't get me wrong, but it's like, what do we have in common? Like, why is it that you would want to be my friend? What attracted you to want to be my friend? Is it just because you saw me and thought maybe I was cool? Or, you know, like, how did you come across me for us to be friends? Did we meet socially and it was just like, oh, you're a cool person, let's be cool? So for me, it's a fine line between the two, but I think it is possible for heterosexual men to be allies. But I do feel like somewhere within the community, someone is going to speculate that he's gay or down low, which just makes it difficult. So
I think for sure, like, I think what me and Dennis were talking about was a situation where we're kind of like family. We're building family relationships in the military. Yeah. So I think our experiences will probably be different than if I didn't go in the military. I probably would feel like
I'll be different where you're coming from.
Because like even I'm trying to think.
Because
I feel like it's definitely now like I'm an openly gay man, and I feel like if somebody, I think other people probably would question it. Like if I had a close friend that was straight, and I feel like they probably would even feel insecure about being around me simply because they know that I'm gay and everybody knows that I'm gay. They'll probably think that other people would think that they are gay. So yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I have a patient. So I'm the only male in the office full of women, right? I have a patient. He comes in. He's prior military, so we click differently than my other patient. We talk about cars, like we in the back cackling loud. You can hear us when I walk them up. A lot of girls up front be like, And I'm just like, y'all, it's not that. Like, we just click on a different level because once you have somebody that's prior military, y'all click differently. It's a different thing.
Okay.
So we have a lot to talk about. We have the same car model. Like, mind you, he's married with kids. Like, it's nothing that we've never exchanged numbers, nothing, but we just click every time I see him. And it's like every 3 months he comes in, but they, in their head, I know how women think. They're like, oh, they, you know, got something going on. But it's, I swear it's nothing more than that. But like you said, if we were seen out together by whomever, they would definitely think that it's more than what it was.
Gotcha.
What I will say though, to add to this topic, is that a lot of these youngers, like these YNs, they're more open to things than what our generation is open to. They have gay uncles, they have gay dads, they have gay people in their family, a lot more that's openly gay. Versus where when we grow up, if we had somebody gay in our family, it was more of a taboo. So like they have classmates, teachers, you know, we didn't have no damn, you know, like if we had a teacher that was gay, we was teasing that teacher, you know, kind of thing. So I feel like things are different now, and I see a lot of young adults that are Gen Z that are openly, whatever I like is what I like. They may not be into labels like that, but they like what they like. It is a lot more fluid people that are younger, because it's like, I like what I like, and it's what can you tell me about it? You know, it's nothing you can tell me about it. It's normal. It's becoming more normalized.
For sure.
I agree.
Okay. I like that perspective. I didn't think about that. Like the generation coming up, they probably will have it much easier. To have a broader.
I'd be so jealous. Like I just wish that was the lifestyle I had growing up. Child, I'll probably be a flaming gay child. I'll probably be trans.
Ooh, is that shade Phaedra?
No, but what I will say though is when I was younger, I used to think that I was going to live this I was going to live a DL life all my life, and that I wanted to experience going to another city when I become an adult and like dress in drag, like do a drag show. That was like when I was younger. That's what was my plan, because I didn't get to live a gay life. Like I just felt like I was going to be DL my whole life and not be able to live an openly gay life. So I felt like for me to be gay, I just want to be like the extreme that I like. I want to be what is that movie with Wesley Snipes? Too Fong You. Whatever that movie is.
No, child.
But yeah, I just felt like I wanted to go somewhere, travel to another city, and be gay. Child, with social media the way it is, and then how the internet evolved, that's not possible without somebody back home knowing who the truth is. Figuring it out or whatever.
So would you do drag now?
No. I don't think
Not even one night?
No, that's too much.
So what if I had a party and the theme was drag? Everybody had to come in drag.
I'll put my wig on, I'm going to sing a song.
It'll be a very butch drag queen coming through the door.
Because that's what I want to do. I want to have a party where we all dress up in drag.
Makeup too?
Like beat to the guys. Like you got to have the padding, the breasts, the hair, the lashes.
We ain't gonna get all this stuff for one.
That's for you to figure out.
I might just throw a wig on some makeup and
I'm gonna be very butch.
Oh honey, when I get in my drag, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm going all the way. Like it's gonna be full on RuPaul.
That sounds fun.
No, I want to do that. I want to do that for like a party idea. Maybe Halloween. Not this year, but I feel like it's too close. But maybe that could be possible. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So the next question I have is, what are your thoughts on heterosexual women that claim they support the gay community, but has used or uses gay slurs when expressing their disdain for a man that has zesty ways? So for example, if they see a man that identifies as a straight man, and let's say he get his nails done, they're like, oh, that shit is gay. But you claim that you are an ally or that you support the gay community, but you're using gay as an attack on a straight man. Do you feel like that's borderline homophobic, or what are your thoughts on women that use those type of terms to kind of tear down a heterosexual man and make it seem like it's a bad thing?
No, I don't think so. If I'm mad at you, whatever I feel like is your weakness, I'm gonna call it out. So I don't necessarily feel like it's necessarily homophobic. I feel like people attach homophobic on everything just because you're gay. No, just because you're gay, I can curse you the fuck out. I can call you gay. I can call you the F word. Like, I can do all these things because I'm upset with you. That doesn't make me homophobic. If I'm cool with you and I have other gay people, yes, I can still be an ally, but I'm upset with you, so I'm going to call whatever I know that's going to hurt you. That's just like... Oh.
But usually in an argument, you're saying things that are negative.
Yeah.
So if you say you're an F word or you're gay, you're saying that...
And the F word has a negative connotation to it, so I know that that's going to be negative towards you, so yeah, I may say that.
And that's homophobic.
No, I don't think that's necessarily homophobic.
Yes. For a straight person to say that,
the weaponize it,
that's homophobic.
I mean, if it was a fat person, I'm gonna call you fat too. Does that mean I'm fat phobic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I say you fat.
No.
Because
so
like,
I'm ugly phobic too. Because if I call you ugly, no. So if I get an argument, I was thinking bald. Now I'm bald phobic. No, that's not how it works. I feel like it's. Yes, sometimes in some cases, yes, but I feel like in not all cases, because if I'm cool with you and you my best good Judy,
see, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, like then no, I'm definitely an ally. But if I'm upset with you, yes, I'm gonna call you whatever I feel like is gonna hurt you. Like, not necessarily like a little friendly, a little yin yang fight. But if we're falling out and it's a big fight, yeah, I might say some things that may hurt you. But I might be with somebody that's looked exactly like you or is the same person like you the next day. I don't think it's necessarily a phobic. I just feel like I don't fuck with you right now, so I'm gonna hurt you. Yeah.
So from my perspective, I'm saying like, okay, you have a straight woman that sees a man that identifies as a straight man, right? And let's say he has a certain walk or he has his nails painted and she like, oh, he gay.
Okay, so like, that's not actually gay.
Yeah, using that as
weapon.
Right, exactly. So like, oh, he gay, child.
So
like, I could never.
Gay is like a
sorry,
I
went on a whole tangent, child.
That's what I meant by that. I'm talking about like women that say they.
I think there is a little. I think there is a little phobic there simply because why is that your go-to?
Exactly.
And you're supposed to be an ally.
Right. Yeah. What about you?
But a lot of women do that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see a Nene Leakes do that. I know we just talked about it in my video, but I can definitely see a Nene Leakes going off on a gay and using some slurs.
Well, no, I'm not talking about a straight woman versus an actual gay person.
No. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair.
But, I mean, she called Peter a bitch. You're acting like a bitch.
Well, I don't necessarily think that she meant that in terms of him being gay. I think she was like,
you're feminine. You're in our female conversations. You're gay.
Right. But she didn't say gay, though.
I don't think she believed that he's gay, but she weaponized that. She weaponized the B word.
Well, men can be, even straight men can act like a bitch. Meaning that you doing catty shit. Like you
a lot of straight men are messy, to be honest with y'all. Y'all don't know that.
Like you insert yourself in women's business. That is obviously.
So what's the
like,
difference between that and somebody getting their nails done?
Because I don't feel like that is. No, I'm not talking. Okay, so with the Peter situation, I don't feel like Nene was saying he was gay or saying that it's negative regardless.
Yeah.
Like if somebody call you a bitch in an argument, that's negative. Period. But if somebody call you gay in an argument. It's like
it's a pinpoint.
Exactly.
Like,
that's an isolated situation. Like you're gay, but saying you a bitch, you acting like a bitch, I feel like that's just normal talk to me.
It's generalized.
Right. It's a general statement. Like you acting like a bitch. Like what the fuck? You insert yourself in women's business. Now this man is minding his own business and he's not inserting himself, and you're saying you're attacking him because of the way he looked or the way he dressed. That's a little different. But Peter's action was definitely acting like a bitch. Because like you stirring it up between the women, like
you Peter or
you Patricia. Because we need to figure this
out. All right, now we are evolved. Now where did Patricia come from? That's what she said. Exactly. I know she said
you
that.
acting like a female. So do I call you Peter or Patricia? You in here with us? What do we in at? You ain't gay. Lawrence was there, but she didn't say Lawrence was acting like a. Lawrence was in there with the men. So he was acting like a. But go ahead.
So let me say this: if this is a heterosexual woman, straight woman that I consider a good friend, and she says something like that, I'm looking at her sideways. Because, girl, we close. Why would you say that? So you're saying what I am is a shot at a straight man. So you don't care about me. You don't think that this is right. It's a dig.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think that goes back to preference. I don't want my straight man getting his nails done.
That's fine, but you know how to call him
But what if in her mind only fact? Well, I don't know.
You just,
What if in her? I don't use that word though. But I don't. What if in her mind only gay men would do that?
She can say that.
That's, I think that's what that comes.
She can call him an F-bomb when I'm not around. If I'm around, I hear that. I'm like, hey, I don't like that. I don't have many straight female friends, but they know. Don't say that around me. Not even joking. I don't play that because it's like, why you feel comfortable to say that around me? I never disrespect you. Call you a B word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I try to hold back on calling straight females the B's. Because some of them get drunk and get offended. Some don't care. But you just never know with them. I truly feel... I walk on eggshells around straight females, to be honest with you. Because you just don't know what you're going to get.
I personally don't prefer to have female friends anymore. Back in the day, I used to have so many female friends. And it was always something, whenever we had a disagreement or an argument, it was always something about my sexuality that was brought up. And it's just like, I hated that. Because like, you're supposed to be my friend, even if we're arguing, why is this an attack? You know what I'm saying? Attack me based off of my actions, not based off of who I am as a person and how I identify. So I don't prefer female friends anymore. I still have my best friend. That's my sister at this point, and we've never had those type of exchanges. So I feel like she understands me on a deeper level, and she understands the difference between an attack on someone and homophobic. You're not going to use those labels, you know, on a straight man around me. You may do it behind that I don't know about, but you're definitely not going to do it around me.
But I can say, like, you're going to meet her on a trip, Jasmine. Love her down. She's so understanding, and she don't know a lot, but she likes to learn. So she asks me, is this appropriate? Is this not appropriate? What does this mean? And I tell her at work, and like, I like that. Okay. Be more intrigued and involved in what I got going on. Because my life and your life is totally two different things.
Facts.
So she's very understanding, and she wants to know what can I say, what's not appropriate.
I love that.
So I love women that do stuff like that.
Right. Shout out to Jasmine. Hey girl, can't wait to see you in Miami.
Loves you, by the way.
Really?
She loves me. When you was like, she came to work, she said, I watched that video where you said you was a top burst bottom side. And she's like, I love Tracy. Tracy said he a bomb. She said, I'm like, oh my God.
You know, because I'm trying to change the whole bottom shaming agenda. Like, I'm about her.
I wouldn't even care. Fuck them.
I'm about her.
But I get you have on tops.
Who, me? I don't know.
I feel like if I got down like that and I want it, I wouldn't have no problem at all. They're out there. I feel like there's not a shortage of them. I don't know. I just feel like people.
My definition of a top is somebody that don't get
period.
But I feel like
hard to
that's
find.
rare. That's rare. You gotta be
that's
rare.
I feel like I don't know.
So he's not a top.
Who's not?
Somebody that got top, and I like top.
And I understand that.
I like niggas that don't even want their ass touched.
Yeah.
Like I like my niggas to be like, you know what I'm saying? I have not found that yet.
I want somebody. Never mind. We ain't gotta get into that.
All right, let's move on. Okay, so do you have a gaydar? And if so, what are some key indicators that a man is gay? Not specifically down low, but just say like if you just walking down the street and you see somebody, and you can tell that he's gay.
If they pretty. If they wearing clothes that is feminine looking, or okay, so I was driving up here. I was passing by the store, and it was this guy. Instead of walking straight across so I can go, he was walking towards my car at a diagonal angle. Like, who does that? Like, you're walking longer, like waiting for me to because he caught my eye because he was attractive, and so I was looking and I was like, okay. And I actually was recording. I deleted it because I was about to post it on Instagram, and I was like, okay, why? Like, and it wasn't a short diagonal. It was a long, like.
Was he feminine? You would think?
No, he's definitely a masculine man. Oh, tall, muscular. He was attractive. Not really my type, but he was an attractive guy. I look. You catch my eye, but and walking, taking his time, and trying to get by. I'm like, dude, he was looking at me too in my car. But what was the question? Why I say that?
Your gaydar.
Yeah. Oh, so eye contact.
Okay.
That's why I was going there with that. Eye contact. Because otherwise I would not have even think that he was like, you know, but I feel like the eye contact he gave and the little gesture of him walking the long way, like, when somebody is going somewhere directly and they take a longer route, that's an indicator that they want to be seen and they want you to see them. They want to see you. That's how you would know. I'm trying to think what else. I have a horrible gaydar though. Honestly, I feel like the eye contact is the most
I don't have
telling
gaydar
things.
at all.
But I'm not bold enough to stare at somebody. Like, but you gotta stare at them to see they stare back. But I like if you come at me wrong, I'm probably gonna punch you in your face. Like, don't be trying to act like I'm coming for you. And you're not, and you're not on it, because I'm gonna come. You don't let me queen out in front of you, and then I'll make it look like you really gay,
Right?
In public. Don't do it. Don't try to embarrass me, because I'm staring at you, because I'm gonna embarrass you. I'm gonna make it look like we had some dealings. Yeah, you going to fight, and I'm gonna be ready. Yeah, my bad.
Oh, baby, she passionate about that one, honey. Oh God. He said, don't call her she, honey. He passionate about that one, but you know what? I don't have a gaydar at all.
I feel like I have a bad one too.
I have no gaydar. I have no indicators. Don't ask me, do I think somebody gay? I don't know. Only way I know if a man is gay is if he say he gay and if he trying to holler at me.
Yeah.
Even when I'm in the gay club, I still be thinking, like, speculating, is he gay? Like, I still don't really have a gaydar like that. And I guess because I've never intentionally tried to figure out if somebody is gay, I feel like that's something you got to work on and perfect a gaydar.
Yes.
One thing about in the gay club though, or in a gay space, the eye contact is I'm locking in because we're in the space. Yeah, you in my area, you in my environment now. So like grocery store, gas station, library, all that stuff, they're a little questionable. But if you in a gay space, baby, I'm locking eyes. I'm gonna see what you about because it's you in my area. Yeah. You wouldn't get offended. You shouldn't get offended. You in a gay space.
Yeah, true.
So I'll lock eyes with somebody in a gay space. Okay. What about you, Dennis? What do you think an indicator of somebody being gay is?
I think I have a pretty good gaydar.
Okay.
So when we say gaydar, I think that it varies in different situations. It's not always check off a list, you're gay. So for me, being in the military, I think that's where it kind of sharpened because you don't know what's what.
I feel mine's dulled.
Really?
Because I don't know what's what. Like I can't assume. I don't want to assume.
I looked at it as a game, and I was 60-40% right. 60 being me right. For me, it comes down to I don't count conversation, small talk, stuff like that. A lot of straight men nowadays are friendly. A lot of straight men nowadays, everybody dressed like bush queens. Yeah. Everybody got mid crops, bell bottoms. Like they dressing like gay men. Yep. So we can't really say that. So for me, it comes down to you, like you said, going out your way to do certain things, certain questions you may ask, exchange of numbers. Because I feel like I don't hide that I'm gay. You talk to me long enough, okay, he's gay. So if you go out your way to ask my number, hang out, it's something going on. I can't say fully that hey he's gay, but there's an inkling of like he may be bisexual. He may be curious. I feel like some men want to experience certain things without actually experiencing them. So they try to find a person that they feel like they can be safe enough with. And if you make that person feel safe, they are more likely to try certain things with you. They might not like it or continue doing it, but you may just be the one that they feel, I can do that. So
it was this one guy that I met in the military. Like I don't really have a type, but if I did have a type, oh my God, when I tell you I fell in love with this guy.
What did he do?
He was uberly friendly, invited me everywhere, and wanted to spend time with me. Always wanted my attention, wanted my thoughts about stuff, and never like pushed it further than that. He wanted to know if I was gay. He kept questioning, he had a man question me. Like he kept wanting to know, like if I was gay, yada yada yada. Once he finally found out, like he would still want me around and stuff like that, but nothing ever happened. But he was also in a relationship with a woman or whatever. But I was just so annoyed because like,
that's what?
Similar story, and I won't elaborate because.
Yeah, I got stories now. Now we having these conversations, I'm like, I really got some interesting stories. Yeah, I really got some interesting stories.
I got locked up.
Oh Lord,
I ain't never
lived life.
All right, guys. So the last question is a little bonus, and it is: in your opinion, what do you think will bridge the gap between homosexuality and heterosexuality that will allow us to all exist in the same space without judgment? So my answer is short, sweet, and simple. Let people be who they are, and just don't judge people. It's that simple. We can all exist in the same space if we just let people be who they are and just don't judge. Let people show up how they want to show up. Let people express themselves how they want to express themselves. And we won't have a problem with the whole gay, straight division. It'll just be we're all one and we just all live our lives as who we are. So no judgment.
I feel like a good way to bridge that gap is conversations. Having conversations with people that maybe... It starts with family members, honestly. Like, you have to get to your family members because you have a connection with those people and they may not want to listen, or, you know, if you have some type of relationship with them and they're homophobic or feel some type of way about gays, it starts there because then they will be more open to accepting other people outside of the family. The family, that's the closest thing to you. So, like, if you can't accept your family members, you're not about to accept somebody else. So I feel like if we as gays in this community can communicate and explain and teach our family members, then that will allow them, because that's how these YNs, like I was talking about earlier, that's how they're able to live a more fulfilled life, because they have experience. We went through it with our family, and now it's more accepting for them to go through it now. So I feel like we'll probably get there. It's not going to be an easy task because it's not as simple as people changing their mindset. Like, people just can't change their mindset like that. They feel how they feel, but I feel like it's gonna be a while, but I feel like eventually we will get to a space like that. I feel like whenever you think about white families, they're more open to those things because, well, I don't know why it is, but I feel like now with our younger generation, like the YNs, the Gen Zs, they're becoming like those white families that I saw growing up, where they were more accepting for gay people in their families, and also white heterosexual men maybe teeter-tattering on, the spectrum of gay and not calling them out as being gay because it seems normal to them. So I think it's going to take time, but we'll get there eventually.
I think the answer that both of you gave is like great, but I truly don't know what it would take. But I
getting rid of labels. Why do I have to say I'm gay? Why is gay?
Why do I have to
be a
come
thing?
out?
Yeah.
I think it goes. It's that. It's religion, because a lot of people, black people, they don't go to church, but they quick to tell you what sin is better than the other.
Can't name scripture.
You laid up with a man you ain't married but had a baby, but you trying to tell me that me being gay is worse than that. It's so many. It's just like it's a lot of stuff. But it's like, I think it's possible. I do. It's gonna take a while, but like Tracy said, let's not judge. Let's mind our business.
Yeah.
What I eat don't make you.
Amen.
So, long story short, it's possible, but it's gonna take some work. It's definitely gonna take some work.
Okay. Well, I felt like that was a great boys chat conversation, and I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on some of the questions that I asked. It's specifically how will we bridge the gap.
Yes.
So comment down below, and don't forget to check out Dennis's channel for our episode of Boys Chat, and also Di's channel for our episode of Boys Chat. Like we said, we're gonna try to make this a weekly thing. Things happen, life happens, child. We may not be able to get together every week. However, our goal is to continue Boys Chat because I feel like it's something that you guys appreciate, that you enjoy, and we want to give you guys what you like. So if you have any specific topics, questions, feel free to comment them down below, and maybe you may be featured in the next Boys Chat. And until next time, babes, bye.